My name is Jeremiah Beasley. Welcome to Ballin' on the Budget podcast, where only the ballers allowed.
No clouds, sunshine all day. Pocket full of money, so I'm having my way. Cook clean, I look clean too.
Welcome to Ball on the Budget podcast. I am Dan Burke, and this is the Jeremiah Beasley.
The GOAT.
Jeremiah, welcome, man.
Appreciate you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
4-star, attending Michigan.
Yes, sir.
Man, I used to love Michigan, right? Well, I still love Michigan, but it's kind of rough for me to love Michigan with my son at Purdue. But congratulations, man. That's a huge accomplishment. So, man, I want you to tell a little bit about yourself. But first of all, how does it feel to be actually come from a home of athletes, right? Speak about your mom for one, man. I mean, I know a little history, but I don't know if everybody else kind of know that moms was Miss Basketball with the Tennessee, Ohio State. I mean,
baller.
Brother's
Straight
a 4-star, was a 4-star as well. Michigan State. And now I'm seeing little bro at the track meets. You know, mom's there. You know, she's intense too, bro. She intense. She be on it, right? But he's throwing the shot put. So man, just introduce and let us know about how it feels to come from a house of athletes, bro.
It's just a great feeling to see all my brothers and mom, dad successful. It's just like a big thing for me. I've been motivating my little brother to do the things that I did. He's not real big in track, so that's why I've been trying to get him on. Because I feel like I'm one of the fastest people on the field when it comes down to it. So just like motivating my brother, my big brother motivating me. So
what's your 40 time?
Right now 4, 5, 6. Yeah,
5, 6. Right. Linebacker.
Yeah.
Running back. What I'm saying, you're going to Michigan for linebacker.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. I mean, don't let nobody tell you different. That that's slow or whatever.
That's fast.
You know what I mean? That's fast. But I remember you younger. Far as at Huff working out, running track. You know what I mean? You played for the Falcons too, right?
Yeah.
Southfield Falcons. So I remember you was actually following behind Big Bro. You was there at Huff at a younger age too. You know what I'm saying? So give it up to Huff too, man. Like,
absolutely.
He's one of them individuals that brought a lot of athletes up, man, and actually opened his home up in the cave up to a lot of younger folks, man. And they actually been successful right now. So let's talk about Belleville, right?
Yeah.
You won. You 2-time state champion.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? That's kind of hard to accomplish, right?
Yeah.
But a 2-time state champion, running back, fullback, and then you got the luxury to play with one of the top quarterbacks in the nation right now, man. So actually give us a little bit about how Belleville, that tradition, because it's a lot of individuals, a lot of dogs that came out of Belleville. And why I say that, I mean, it's personal because, my son came from Belleville. So tell us about it right now.
I just feel like the way the coaching staff work and the way the players work, I just feel like no other high school really in the state or country just work like us and like bond like us. Like we do a lot of stuff outside of the field that people don't see. Like we struggle, ups and downs, all that, just to win state championships.
Man, so you're going, well, actually, this is your last year. You're going for a 3-peat.
Yeah.
How you preparing for that?
We've been working harder than ever. This is like the first year that we didn't really practice for this long. So, it's taking a toll on everybody's bodies, but I feel like we're starting to get used to it. I feel like it's going to help us later on in the year too.
Gotcha. So now I'm about to get to a big question that a lot of individuals want to talk about, and which is across the country right now, it's NIL deals, right? Yeah. Name, image, and likeness, right? So let's say back in your mom days or other individuals' days back in the day, they had name, image, and likeness too, but it was more on the booster side.
Yeah,
right? It was legal, right? Now they giving high school students money like what? Bronny James, what is he worth? Like, what was his? It's 3-4 million.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? I mean, even though his dad, but 3-4 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just imagine that coming out of high school and you worth that. I actually looked on 3-on-3 and see what a lot of individuals is calculated as. So, but tell us a little bit about the process, man, and tell us a bit how colleges are enticing you or enticing others to come to their school as far as NIL deals.
I feel like NIL been big in recruiting lately. I feel like that's how a lot of colleges been getting people over others for real. Just like the money aspect. People trying to change their family lives and stuff. So I feel like that's a big thing, and I feel like state of Michigan, we real behind on it. I feel like we need to get up to a point on that because, states like Tennessee, California, all that high school players getting paid for that. So
Yeah, and I know, I want to say it may have been Oklahoma, and don't quote me on it.
It
I think they was like getting like 50,000
50,000
grand
Yeah.
a player.
Mhm.
You know? shoot, there's a lot of schools that are paying like right out of like shoot. We can look at what was the quarterback last year, King?
Dante Moore.
Dante,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Coming from high school and you getting six figures,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or up, right?
Yeah.
So my question to you is, I know it's enticing, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
know that you come from a great background, man, and far as great family and stability. But far as being enticed at your age right now with an NIL with that amount of money, what's your outlook and what's your plans? And I know that's kind of a hard question to
Yeah.
kind of navigate around because
Mhm.
you're young.
Yeah.
Like, what's my plans?
Yeah.
Shoot, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm ready to, you know,
Yeah,
hey,
I'm ready to eat.
I'm ready to eat.
I'm ready to
you know,
eat.
but my thing is this: has anybody been prepping you and been preparing you far as for the next level and what's to come?
I got my guy named Jordan. He work up at Michigan with a lot of NIL stuff. He do some Miles Morgan NIL and stuff like that. So he talked to me a lot about it. You know, I talk with my mom about it. Like during the recruiting process, like NIL was a big thing that was shown towards me. So I just felt like I had to balance it, like not going somewhere just because of NIL, going somewhere that I loved
Gotcha.
and the money side of it. So I feel like
Right.
that was a big thing for me.
Big ups, big ups, big ups. So, a lot of things. One thing why, I mean, I'm speaking to you more as a parent because these are some of the conversations that I had with my son.
Yeah.
And going into college, it takes a strain off your parents as far as financially, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it puts more responsibility on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, as far as a student athlete, right?
Yes, sir.
So in that sense, your NILs and scholarships is contingent on your ability on what you do. So like far as you working out, right?
Yeah.
And you probably get up 5 a.m. and you investing in yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is how do you view money, or how are you looking to, I don't know if I want to use the word loosely as far as invest, because I don't know if you really got into those terms yet, right?
Yeah.
You know, but how do you view budgeting? When I'm gonna give you an idea as far as budget, like right now you're budgeting your time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at some point when you're budgeting your time, meaning as far as workout, as far as school, things of a such like that, it's going to come a time you have to budget your money.
Yeah.
So and budgeting your money is kind of synonymous to budgeting your time.
Mm-hmm.
So like the more time and the more you put in yourself, you know what I mean, the more time and more money you might have to put into another resource as far as for saving, as far as for investing. And so, but I'm just kind of giving you a glimpse of to what to expect, you know what I mean, at a younger age, because a lot of us, or a lot of parents, or haven't had these type of resources, or haven't had this, you know, previously, because a lot of people ride a coattail. You're going to have friends come out the woodworks, you know what I mean, that ain't going to make it, and they know that they can look up your money, or he get this much for NIL deal, and they're going to be on you, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be sometimes you're going to have to learn how to lose restraints, and that's with money, and with friends, and plus with your time, right? So with that, I want you to just pretty much, man, I mean, enjoy the life, right? But at the same token, look to individuals for guidance, right? For to right people for guidance, right? Especially your mom, right? Listen to pops, listen to moms. But however, you know, individuals want to set you up for long term, and not just for a short term gain, right? So like, cause you put a lot of work in. You put a lot of work in, man, and you're gonna have to transition to put a lot of work into that as well, to monitor that. So but you're gonna have a lot of individuals come out the woodworks, right? Just honestly be cautious, be careful, but continue to kind of grind and continue to work, but also look for direction as far as for individuals that may be willing to kind of assist you, and definitely listen to moms, right?
Yeah. And your best friends is gonna be the ones that continue to motivate you, right? You'll get a feeling of the ones who's around you for the perks, and some of the ones who's been with you since day one. And that's one of the things that you have to pay attention to is knowing that you're keeping the right circle around, that your friends want the same thing for you as you want for themselves, or they're fighting for the same goal, whether it's a sport or not. As hard as they're fighting, just as hard as you fighting, you know what I'm saying, to be the best at what you all can possibly be. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But my question to you is, you know, with the NIL deals going out there, and you may or may not want to talk about NIL deals that may have been offered to you. But how do Jeremiah Beasley, how do you plan on capitalizing in this day and time of NIL?
Yeah, I feel like one of my big choices about going to Michigan, was staying home. I know a lot of people that run businesses. So I feel like me just connecting with them, getting real close with them, starting deals with them and stuff, like making a company bigger than what it is right now. I feel like that can make me a lot of money.
Absolutely. That's dope.
So this is one of my questions, right? And this is a question that I pose to my son. What's your dream, right? What's your goal?
I feel like my goal is just to live a good life, take care of my family, be able to take care of my kids and their kids. So I just feel like being real successful.
Well, you went
That's good mind on yourself.
Right. Yeah. And why I say that, because most individuals who I ask that question to will say their goal is to make it to the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's your goal, that's your dream.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So in saying that, I try to tell my son and others to take it one step at a time, right?
Yeah.
And focus on college, because
Mm-hmm.
how you apply yourself there will actually propel you to how you're going to make it there. You know what I mean? To your dream, right?
Yeah.
But that's your dream, and my thing is I just want young men to be successful, right?
Yeah.
And just take the right guidance, take the right steps in the right directions. And another thing that I oppose to him is, because that's his dream, to make it to the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I give him the scenario, say, okay, so you make it to the NFL, you get drafted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever round, but the first round draft picks, 30 million, whatever, they get money, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Later rounds, it kind of dwindled down, right?
Yeah.
But now your expectancy in the NFL is probably 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you make it 3 years. Say you quote unquote, you make it 3 years in the NFL. And after 3 years, so you may graduate 22. Well, everybody now want to go 3 and out.
Yeah.
They want to go to college. I'm 3 and out. They want to graduate 3.5 and out. 2.5 years and out. They're ready to go, right? So I'm like, okay, you make it. You make it to the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 years. 25. You're 25, 24, 25 years old. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
That's the question. So you don't have to answer that question right now, but what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
And so, my question to you is, when you go to Michigan, and Michigan is a great school. I mean, one of the top schools in the country, as far as athletic wise, educational wise. But when you go to Michigan, you are an athlete.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Facts.
You're not. You like my son. Like I'm mad your brother did leave Purdue, right?
Yeah.
Be honest with you, but. Dion did go to Purdue because of him as well, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, Purdue is a engineering school, right?
Yeah.
And so one of the top engineering schools in the country.
Mm-hmm.
But however, those guys can't take engineering as a football player because you're on a contract and you're at a job. So if you go, I want you to go down Michigan roster when you get a chance and look at what everyone's majoring in, right?
Yeah.
And then you can see, because now once you go to school, they're going to gear you towards their curriculum, what fits your schedule for football.
Yeah.
So you want to go in here, I want to be a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, it ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
He dropping jewels, y'all. I hope y'all young student athletes is listening exactly what he's saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if there's something, you may be a kicker, you might be go to but if you're trying to be a high caliber athlete, your schedule is contingent around what? Around football. That's what it is. So if you go down Purdue roster, and this is what I know, you're going to see everybody's in sales and selling.
Yeah.
Sales and selling. That's what they're going to get their degree. So why I'm asking you this question, because I'm going to pivot back off what I asked you previously, is what you're going to do at 25 years old, right?
Yeah.
So now it's time for you to somewhat prepare yourself, because now you got the luxury of having some finances. Now it's time for you to prepare yourself early before you even reach that stage, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I know you're gonna splurge, let's be honest. But I always tell individuals, if you can't manage your needs or your wants, you're not gonna be able to manage your money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know what I need, but I know I don't. This is what I want. You know what I mean? This is what I need right here. But man, I don't. I'm straight. So, but one thing is, you're young. You know what I mean? And you a dog. You coming from one of the top high schools in the country.
Yeah.
You going to one of the top colleges in the country. And guess what? I'm gonna go to this, and I'm a top athlete in the country.
Yeah.
The door is open for you,
Mm-hmm.
but you gotta be mindful, and you gotta be cautious, and you just gotta learn how to manage your needs and your wants, right?
Yeah.
That's just my advice as far as to you. You know what I'm saying? Manage your needs and your wants, right? And I tell my son, I said, and the funny thing is, I said, the more you love yourself, the less money you spend. Because why I tell you that is because the more you love yourself, I don't have to impress nobody else.
Yeah.
Because most any individuals enamor themselves with all this guard just for what? For somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you love yourself, bro, I save my money or I invest my money. I don't need to impress you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because shoot, I'm Jeremiah Beasley.
Yeah.
I am that. I can wear whatever I choose, and I'm gonna still be who I am. And I got this, and you're gonna love me for who I am. Simple as that. But that's just life learning skills, right?
Yeah.
And that's just some things that you just that you're gonna learn. You're gonna run into so many roadblocks, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, just constantly just stay focused. But school, I mean, like, hey, go in there, man, and keep your head down, and but actually just look back and reach back and look for guidance too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be successful, bro.
Yes,
I
sir.
wish you the best, man.
Appreciate
You know,
you.
these guys got
Hey,
they
man.
got tons, man. But I'm just giving you because I'm passionate.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I'm giving
yeah, no
you what I
doubt.
give my son, right? Because we have these conversations. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I know how much money he get right now, right?
Yeah.
And he gets money. He gets, I'm like, dang, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but it's a beautiful thing where you would just sit back and your child ain't calling home for money. Just being honest, like, you on your own. But when you on your own, man, there's going to be so many different enticements, not just fashion or material things. You know what I mean, women and things of such like that. But that's when you have to get with a group of individuals, man, that's more than willing to actually, as far as for protection.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying protection, I'm just saying people that's just thinking like-minded, right?
Yeah.
Just be on the same page, That's just what protection that I feel individuals need.
Yeah.
You don't need to be around individuals that's not on the same wavelength, not on the same page you on.
Yeah.
That's just it. So what protects you is you find like-minded people because that's what's going to keep you on that straight and narrow path, right? And like I tell, one thing is, if you show me 10 of your friends, I can show you your future.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so your friends is going to dictate that you can see which way you're going, right? So man, just keep your circle kind of tight.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? It's gonna keep your finance tight. Be stingy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't lying.
Be stingy.
We
man.
had that talk when I came
Be
to the
stingy,
school.
man. I mean, stingy. No, ain't.
Yeah.
No,
It's all right to say no, man.
No.
It's okay to say
you know
no.
what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
And if your friend get mad at you
No.
because you said no, then that's not truly your friend.
But like I said, man, I respect your parents, man. Great people, man, and I feel that they got. I call that's the house of athletes, man. I mean, shoot, that. It's kind of, you got 2 4-stars and one is at Michigan, one at Michigan State. Mom's was a, Miss Basketball. I mean, people don't really, don't speak of that, but she know the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She know the game. Pops coach, he knows the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so just play the game how it's supposed to be played.
And you growing up in the right era. You know what I mean? You've had all those athletes, successful athletes in your family. You're growing up in the right era. My question to you, because I know you a Belleville legend at this point. You done brought back-to-back state championships to that school. You ranked in the nation. You committed to the University of Michigan. Is there any perks with being a legend in the city of Belleville? Like you eat free on Sundays or anything like that? Or is it just...
No, I just feel like I'm around there like a normal person. Somebody like say what's up to me sometimes and notice who I am for real. You don't really get to see who I am when I got the helmet on. I got the helmet on most of the times. People don't really know what I look like. They just know my name and stuff. So I just feel like it's normal around there. I like Belleville, chill place.
That's what's up, man. And y'all got a big game coming up soon, right?
Yeah.
In probably about 40 days, something like that.
Yeah.
Versus River Rouge. How do you see that? How you see that game
That's at
going?
Wayne State, right?
That's at Wayne State.
Oh,
How
yeah.
How you see that game going? How you preparing?
We preparing real hard. We got a new OC. I feel like all his plays are great. somebody always open, a hole always open. So I feel like I'm real confident in him. Defensively, we got everybody. I feel like we got everybody back. We missed like 3 or 4 DBs, but we didn't replace them. So I feel like that game, I feel like we're going to end up on top. But I feel like we're going to get out on them early, you know. They've been talking a lot, so I feel like it's going to be a real personal game, but I feel like we're going to win.
So was it safe to say that Belleville run a state?
Yeah.
It's safe to say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it also safe to say that Belleville is LBU? Is it linebacker university? I mean, you guys just creating great linebacker after linebacker after linebacker. You know, you go all the way from, you know, Marvin Ham to JB to Cam to you.
Yeah.
Like, what do you feel you've learned off the guys in front of you that was able to help you excel the way you are now?
I feel like they taught me so much, like not even football-wise, just like life-wise. You know, I done hung out with them a lot when they was on the team, AA, Cam, JB. I just hung out with them, just soaked up all their knowledge. I feel like that's what made me one of the best linebackers in the country right now.
That's what's up.
We'll talk about Coach Mario.
Yeah, it's my guy.
That's your guy.
Yeah.
That's what's
What
up,
is it
man.
about
What's
Coach
up?
Mario that motivates you to just keep getting better and better?
You know, I don't think I ever seen him come in a day without bringing energy. You know, even if he not feeling, like he'll tell me he not feeling, but when you get out on that field, you know, he bring 110%. So that's what I always like. I like the energy that he bring. You know, he keep everybody up, the defense up. So that's a big thing for me.
Big us, man.
Big shout out to all the coaches at Belleville High School as well. You know what I mean? So like my question to you is you've when you look at a high school career, you've done it all, right?
Yeah.
What is it right now that continues to motivate you for this upcoming season? Now you're coming off back-to-back state championships. You got a commitment to the University of Michigan, some potential NIL deals. What is it right now that that just makes you want some more?
You know, one of the big things, like probably my biggest goal this year besides the state championship, I'm trying to get Mr. Football. You know, it's a hard thing for linebackers or running backs to win. You know, they usually give it to a quarterback. And, you know, you got the wrestling record at our school. That's a big thing that I've been trying to break, me and my other running back. You know, we trying to wrestle 1,500 each. So that's like a big thing for us. So,
you know, you got to add another 200 to pass me up, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be the guy to do it. I really do think Jeremiah Beasley has a skill set to be able to do any and everything. But how does that work, right? You say you want to get Mr. Football, and we know how hard that actually is to get. But you also have a guy on your team who's the number one quarterback in the country in his class.
Yeah.
How do you see that? You overseeing the type of things he's able to do on the field?
I just feel like, you know, what he's able to do on the field, you know, a lot of people, like I haven't seen a lot of quarterbacks like over the years, probably over the past 10 years, be able to do what he do. You know, he real confident. You know, he keep the team up. So I feel like he's going to be a big part of our team this year. And I feel like he's going to be a Mr. Football candidate this year too.
So besides some of the business opportunities that you said you may have, I think the people want to know why Michigan. I know you have, you know, somewhat up over 30 offers, a lot of major schools, some schools who actually offered maybe a little bit more capital was on the table.
Yeah.
Then Michigan. Why Michigan? You just want to be home? Is it?
It's not even about being home. I just feel like the coaching staff they got there, you know, like I fit real well with them. You know, they about their business. You know, they show love to their players. You know, they brought in a new linebacker coach about 6 months ago, and that was like one of my big reasons why I came there. I done sat down with him a bunch of times, just talk film, went through stuff with him. So I feel like he's a real knowledgeable guy that can help me get to the next level.
So if you had to compare yourself to any past or present University of Michigan linebacker, who would you compare yourself
to? Devin Bush.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. That boy was bad side to side. He was nasty.
Yeah,
he was nasty.
He was
for
gritty,
sure.
though. He was gritty.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. So, you know, in the NFL, when we had this talk, in the NFL, players get paid during the season only.
Yeah.
Right? So it's very big on learning how to actually budget and save your money during the season because those bills still keep rolling in the off season.
Yeah.
So we did the NIL evaluation for you. Just say the numbers was around 70,000. So let's just say those NFL rules rolled over to high school as of right now.
Yeah.
Knowing right now, I mean, you don't have a lot of responsibility, but that means every Friday night you would get a check of around $7,500.
Yeah.
If you had to utilize that money throughout the year, how would you budget that?
I feel like investing, like, probably be a big thing, like putting stuff to the side, like something that I can spend, something to, just put to the side for like whatever I gotta pay for and all that, just so I'm not spending more than more than I can.
So when you say investing, are you investing in stocks, family business, cryptocurrency? Is there something specific that you want to be a part of, or something specific you want some type of ownership of?
The only thing I really looked into for real was stocks for real. I heard about cryptocurrency. I ain't really looked into it for real.
Okay.
But like stocks was like a big thing that I done looked into. Me and my family just looking at it, like the way it goes up, down, like certain businesses and all that. So
And so you go to a great high school, right? Great educational high school, great athletic high school. But do you feel as if your high school or even more high schools should teach more about banking and financial literacy and budgeting and investments, especially now in the NIL era?
yeah, I feel like a lot of high schools, just don't teach about like real life situations. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it should be more like real life stuff, not just numbers and all that. 'Cause, half the stuff you do with math and social studies and all that, you're not going to end up using depending on what business you're going to. So I feel like it should be like more real life stuff, like how to budget, like taxes, all that, home payments, all that.
No doubt. Yeah, that's dope.
Somebody been gaming you though.
Yeah.
Somebody been gaming.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. You got the right people around you. You know what I mean? Great family support. Now your brother Malik is a bad boy, and he's at Michigan State.
Yeah.
So was there some kind of in-house competition that the people don't know about? Or was that one of the reasons you want to go to Michigan, because you want to face your brother a few times a year?
I think by the time I get there, my brother gonna be gone. I think this probably his last year. He been moving up in NFL stock. They coaches tell him like every month like where he at, like where they see him at. So he been real high with the tight end. So I feel like this gonna be his last year. But like it's a little in home rivalry. Whenever he come home, we work out and stuff sometimes. That's all.
No doubt. And I know Apex is big on mentorship. Me and Dan talk about this all the time. Are you getting a lot of advice from your brother of what to expect in college, or even the JBs or the Deion Burks, or those guys who's at the Big Ten level,
Yeah.
and kind of can give you some insight and information on what to expect going into college?
Sometimes I call my brother, just talk to him about like certain situations like that I'm just thinking about, like just sitting there thinking about. He give me a lot of advice. When the college kids come home, I just talk to them, ask them about college, like what's your biggest like struggle right now, like what was the biggest struggle that you had transferring from high school to college, just so I can like prepare for that.
No doubt. So how, because this is new to everybody, and for me, how is the approach when someone wants to come with you with the NIL deal? Because I know me and Dan talked about this before. It differs with different colleges, right?
Yeah.
Like U of M has their own standards, right? In high school, when someone comes to you with the opportunity, does this relatively go through your parents, a guardian, or things of that nature, because you're not of age to be able to really sign any type of legal document?
They trying to pass the bill in Michigan right now, so a couple people been hitting up, but I usually send it through my mom and my dad, just because like all the paperwork and all that, I'm a busy man, I got practice and all that, so I just feel like it takes a lot of stress off me sending it through my mom and dad. They can actually look through it and everything, make sure it's not like a scam or anything.
So do you and your parents ever sit at the table? And I know Dan is real big on sitting at the table with his son. Are you ever at the table when your parents are talking finances? Because eventually it's going to become an age where that information is going to come directly to you, right? And you have to handle those situations yourself.
Yeah, I'll sit down sometimes when I'm not busy and not doing anything, just listen to what they're talking about, listen to how they managing it, because I feel like they're managing their money real well, so just soak all that in.
No, man, I'm proud of you, man. Big ups, I love Belleville, the city of Belleville. That's our school. Our boys went and played there, man, and I feel like a great foundation has been built, and we're rooting for y'all, man, to go ahead and carry it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And hold the torch and pass it to the younger generation up under you. Do you feel like the team is going to be fine once it's your time to exit?
Yeah, I feel like we got a lot of leaders that are juniors right now, so I feel like they're gonna be able to pick up where we left off at.
So can we get a 3-peat this year?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
If I had $100 and that's all I had, cell phone about to get turned off, water bill about to get turned off, and I had a chance to put it on Belleville winning the state championship, should I or should I not?
You should.
Hey, y'all heard it, man. Jeremiah Beasley, #1 and also #1. If you caught that, it ain't go over your head, you know what I'm saying? But again, this is Balling on a Budget with Willie Mook Johnson.
Jeremiah Beasley.
And Dan Burke.
We appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all like and smash that subscribe button.
No clouds, sunshine all day. Pocket full of money, so I'm having my way. Cook clean, I look clean too.